Well, hello, folks, and welcome to a Sunday. Um, Welcome to a Sunday morning here at about 11:14. Thought I'd give you guys a recap of, since it's Sunday. I thought I'd give you guys a recap of the Dragonball Daima anime. I've just uploaded capture card footage from my Xbox because I finally got a. I'll show you actually. So, actually, I'm mobile, so I'm not gonna. So I'm not going to get you guys. So I got one of these. You guys can see. I've got a Nalghetto capture card Neo, which is the new one. Neo for new. So I've got Forza Motorsport uploaded. It's got sound for the first time, and for the first time for the last time, if you want to. First time for the last time, or many times. Cannot remember that one. That's a Spaceballs reference, by the way. Me for the first time, for the last time, for the next time. So whatever he says, somebody can cut me on that one. So I wanted to give my thoughts of Dragon Ball Daima episode 5. It aired on Friday night. Well, it aired on Friday, but I think it aired on Friday morning. But episode 5 begins with a recap of begins with them meeting Pansy or Panji in the subversion. So they meet Pansy, and she starts talking to them and finding out who they are and whatnot. She kind of she starts talking to Goku and Shin, or Supreme Kai, and they kind of, much to the annoyance of Gloria, who's been their guide so far, and she's trying to figure out who they are and who they may be. So Goku introduces himself, Supreme Kai introduces himself, and then Glorio introduces himself. She asks him so many questions, and then eventually she kind of starts to annoy Glorio. Glorio's like, "Well, why you ask so many questions?" I'm like, "So many questions. What are you gonna do?" And then she eventually starts to become their guide. And she eventually becomes their guide. She takes them to King Kadan's castle. Along the way, she kind of points out that a couple things, that Glorio is a Majin, or a demon with the pointed ears, and then eventually she looks at Supreme Kai and she goes, "Oh, you're a Glen, or a Supreme Kai," and she goes, "Oh, you look like Dagasu, who's the evil Supreme Kai, who's one of the evil Supreme Kais of the evil Glens, or Supreme Kais that work for Goma." And eventually she does lead them. And she gets along. And then Goku, and she asks, I think during the conversation, she asks why Goku doesn't have pointed ears, and Goku says no, and Goku's like, "Oh, I'm Saiyajin. I'm a Saiyajin," or saying to us, I'm a Saiyan, not Saiyan like some people say. It's Saiyan. But but in Japanese it's Saiyajin. So he goes, oh Saiyajin. And Saiyajin. I know some people will say it's Saiyan or say Saiyan because some people like to be old. Some people like to Saiyan. And some people like to be terminology correct. Terminology correct. It's just for people in English. I just say Saiyan instead. But she goes, oh, yeah, but then Goku's like, oh, Saiyajin. Well, I'm a Saiyan. So, and she's like, oh, so she's like, oh, so weird. And then she kind of lets it out that demons live for about 1,000 years because they were talking about how they were taking their life from the other demons for not paying up. You see the last episode, they hook this collar, take their life force out. She goes, most of those people, most demons in this demon realm live for about 1,000 years. So, so some of those people have to be up there in terms of age. She goes, I'm 82, and Goku's like, what? You're older than me, and I'm like, nice Goku, nice Goku. I think in terms of being, in kind of in saying our earthling years, 82 is probably very young. So there's probably people that are probably over 900 years old. We got the Time Lord. We got the Time Lord ages floating about here. You know how the Time Lords are 6, 7, 800, 900 years old. I think the Doctor in Doctor Who is over 12,000 years old. I think maybe more. I don't know. So yeah. So eventually they get to Cotton's castle and they introduce each other, and this is the and Pansy goes, oh, this is my dad and everything like this. So I think that might be a reference to the Ox King and Chi-Chi, but the Ox King, Chi-Chi's dad, and Chi-Chi herself. So, and then King Cotton, throughout the whole conversation, was like, hey, after this is all over, you can marry my daughter. And Goku's like, no, I'm okay. And it's like, nah. And he's like, no, I'm okay. I'm married and I have kids. And they're like, what? And then Goku has to explain, oh, Goma used the Earth's Dragon Balls to make us kids. I'm really an adult. And then Goma's like, well, if you're strong enough to defeat Majin Buu, you'll have to prove yourself. So they go into a courtyard with a bunch of Cotton's armed guards, and they end up getting into a fight. Of course, more fighting sequences. So Goku ditches his power pole. The guards are like, "Oh yeah, he's super cocky." And then the sparring session starts. Instantly when I watched it, it was like watching Goku again in his Dragon Ball days. Just really, you can definitely tell there's no power difference. There's a huge power difference. The guards are not 100% stronger than Goku. I mean, you can tell that there's quite a power difference because Goku just starts going all out on them. Doesn't go. I don't think he goes all out on them, but the way I could tell that he's way above these guys is halfway through, he ends up going Super Saiyan, blowing everybody away. He goes Super Saiyan for like a split second. You know what he did when he was facing the Ginyu Force in the beginning of the World Tournament Saga, the Other World Tournament Saga, when you faced Pycon, he turns full Super Saiyan for like 2 seconds, and then there's this glow around him. Then he fights a bunch of other guys, and he does this little hand flick. He's like ping, and the guy goes halfway across the court. Yeah, all the way on the other side of the court. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there going, well, that's my boy. He's beating everybody again. But then I figured these are just armed guards that have a power level maybe 400 or something like that. So he's going to be facing people that are a lot worse. But it was good to see him do a little melee action, and do the finger flick with his, like Barris did to him that one time. So, did to him. And then eventually, he gives them a ship. Because Glorio asked for one. And then they overload it with stuff. Which will come with the other end of the episode. Though an important thing though is Shin, or the Supreme Guy, takes Goku aside and said, "Hey, I think Glorio's up to something. He didn't know that we were turning to kids. He didn't know about the Dragon Ball thing." And so I think during their conversation with Karan, is that Goku had the intention of gave them the intention that, I'm going to search for the Dragon Ball so I can wish for Dende, or wish us back to full size. And then oh yes, and by the way, Dende does actually show up in the episode. He's in some crib. He's chilling out in some crib, and this demon Majin is just reading him stories. Like, I don't think Dende's not. I think Dende's heard them already because he was a kid once at one point on Namek. So, Goma actually says, when he grows back up, because Goma thinks he's going to have Dende forever, so he thinks he's just going to grow up because no one's going to come after him. But he goes, by the time they come back, I'm just going to have them make me a set of Dragon Balls so I don't have to take on the Tachigamis. The Tachigamis are these 3 warriors that guard the Demon World's 3 Dragon Balls. Not 7 because, I have a feeling that they didn't want to do 7 because, they didn't want this to be super long. So it's only going to be 20 to 25 episodes. So I didn't think they wanted them to do it. It would take forever for them to grab all 7. This isn't Dragon Ball, so this is supposed to be a mini-series, not a feature-length series, and not a million episodes. So eventually, go back to what Supreme Kai was talking about, and then they board the ship, and King Kadan says, I've altered the code on your ship because you may not be able to get in with the same pin.
Yourself.
I was just watching Remembrance of the Daleks. It's on Vizio, free Watch Plus. One of the other Majins that's there, they actually talked to one of the other Majins, one of the demons that's there, and he goes, "Well, we have friends that are coming along. Can you bring them here and have them continue on? We're not going to wait for them. We want to go on our adventure." And King Kadad's like, "Yeah." And then this dude comes out and he brings up this dragon-like radar and finds the lookout where Vegeta and Piccolo and and Bulma are, and they're going to come along back to Kanan's, and then they're going to follow Goku, and they're probably, and this guy's probably going to be their guy till they can meet up with Goku and Vegeta. So Goku, Vegeta, and Goku, King Kai, and Glorio. One other thing to tell. So one of the biggest things, and I didn't say it. Pansy or Panji, if you say it in the sub, were told Goku and Gloria that, oh, I could fix things. I'm good with mechanical things. That'll be a good. This will actually be pretty good because everybody on the team has a everybody on the team kind of will have a person that they're going to get along with. So that they're going to get along with. So obviously Goku and Vegeta are going to. So obviously Goku and Vegeta are obviously going to be the pair for the Saiyan front, and then Bulma and Pansy are going to obviously be are going to obviously be the tinkerers and the mechanical experts when they need to fix something. And then I think Glorio and Piccolo are going to be interesting. I don't know about, maybe Pansy and Glorio will probably be a duo, and then this guide that comes along with them, that comes along with the other ones, will obviously fill those roles. So everybody, I think, is going to have a role, or going to have a buddy in this, which is what Dragon Ball does. So Dragon Ball does. So I definitely give. Oh yes, and then it goes to them flying off, and they find out that the ship is too heavy with stuff in it, and they crash land, and then it cuts to credits. It cuts to credits. So. It cuts the credits, and then eventually we get a preview of the next episode. So, little preview of the next episode. So it should be an interesting one. I don't know the name of the next episode. It will obviously get revealed midweek, and then I may do that review Saturday night. And such. But yeah, what do I give the episode? What do I rate it? I give the episode out of, since it's an early episode, and there's not a heck of a lot of, I mean, there's some story. We get a little bit of lore, what's going on, and oh yeah, by the way, I wanted to kind of add one more thing. I think Kanan wants to be ruler of the demon realm, once Goma's out of the way. So they'll have peace and prosperity. And I think that'll be good. So we got thrown a little bit more story. We got thrown a little bit more story. They're now setting off on their adventure. So this means the prologue is done. So this is the 5-episode prologue that everybody. So we're getting used to. We're getting settled. So now we're going to get into the real meat of things. So the others are going to come along very soon. And hopefully as time goes on, it gets better. The fighting action was good. We got to see Super Saiyan for the first time in the series. So I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10, possibly. So, because it hasn't quite gotten to the good stuff yet. So, going forward, hopefully, I just want to say I probably rate the first. I probably rate the first episode 10 out of 10 because it was a great intro. Then it's going to be an 8 out of 10 for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hopefully, I will start giving them higher ratings and stuff like that. So, after that, but 8 out of 10 is pretty good for a start. So, pretty good for a start. But yeah, as I said, Forza footage is out now. So I will, once I figure out how to hook up my my microphone to my computer, I will start commentating stuff. But I want to make sure that the audio works first. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this half an hour review of the new Daima episode. I'll see you guys later. Peace.